a lot of my childhood friends graduated the other day, and like this is people I used to go to school with, and I was texting them and I was like, hey, congratulations. Wish I could have been there because I've moved a lot around as a kid. I wasn't there to see it. And I was thinking to myself, and I was like, man, my life could be so different. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people say to themselves. Whether you're someone that really doesn't live with any regrets or someone who lives with a full amount of regrets, like, I feel like we all say this at least at some point in our lives. And recently I've been thinking about it a lot because, I've been to like, I've been to four different public schools and everybody's graduating in front of my eyes, and it's just kind of weird to see like everyone graduate, like people I used to go to school with, and I'm already graduated, but it's kind of just makes me think like, what if I was still there in this environment or this environment or this environment? And as someone who's moved three times or five times in his life, it's kind of just it's a thought that goes through my head quite a lot. So I kind of wanted to talk about that today. And hopefully, if you have the same thought, we can help each other out here, and maybe we won't have this thought as much anymore. Because to be honest with you, it's not good to live with regrets, or not good to live with regrets, or just feeling sorry that you're not where you want to be. Because at the end of the day, the only person that can get you where you want to be is yourself. And even though it's a hard task to do sometimes, and trust me, I do know that um, I I try to be a better person every single day, but it's not easy. I mean, like, and it's not like in a in a bad way. It's more just in a like, it's not easy to have good habits, especially if you're living in regret like this, like what we're talking about today. And I wanted to talk about that. So I've lived in about five different places in my life. I had a hometown in Rainsville, Alabama. That's where I used to live. Or he was gonna get let go at his job. So obviously, I didn't really know what that could mean for us. I was 10 years old, but like, the idea of going somewhere else and traveling across the nation to go to a new place actually sounded pretty awesome to me. I had quite a few friends there, and I wasn't really popular, but I knew everyone and everyone knew me. I mean, it's like fourth grade. It was around this time, though, my dad told me that, and it was pretty exciting to me. Moving sounded pretty fun, especially across the nation from Alabama to Nebraska. The first day we got there, a blizzard hit, so that was awesome. Being from the south, you never see a lot of snow, maybe once every couple of years. My first day of school, it was super chill too. I got to know a lot of people and I became friends with one of them, for one of the popular kids. I'll call him Jay. Me and Jay get pretty close when I lived there. And then in the fifth grade year, I met another friend, and I'm gonna call him L. Me and L were like the same person. Like we had like the same wavelength. We knew each other's references. We made like the same jokes with each other. And I remember one time we got written up in a class because we thought a spelling error in a book that we were reading was really funny. And our teacher got so mad at us and wrote us up, and it was the funniest thing in the world to us at the time. But also in this class, I met someone else, and we're gonna call her T. And this is probably like the first girl I ever liked in my life. But we were best friends at this time in fifth grade, and she was someone really special to me. She was the first girl I ever liked, and me and her were best friends. We talked to each other all the time. I remember around whenever season 7 of Fortnite was like chapter 1, season 7, and season 8, those two seasons. Oh my gosh, we played all the time in season 7 and season 8. We were actually so good. Like we were cracked. But yeah, we talked to each other all the time, and people said we should be together. But that look you give somebody, like you both kind of have feelings for each other, but it's like I don't know. I just I don't really know. And then you just don't think about it after that point. You never talk about it. And all of seventh grade, I was like popular. I wasn't liked, and it was because I had gotten a bit of an ego. And I think me being popular in my grade only made me feel like super cool, like I was the coolest guy on earth. When in reality, it's just corny and lame. Like I'm the, I'm one of the cool kids in seventh grade, and I think that this move happened for that reason. Maybe it was like, it was God's way of just telling me to like, yeah, you gotta calm down, little bro. He just had to stop me for a second. And I remember when my dad asked me to move again. It was near the end of the first semester in 7th grade. Me and my dad were throwing the football, and he was telling me about how he got a different job offer and it was more money. And I told him like, yeah, why not move again? Because it had gone so well this time. Like I really thought it was gonna be like the same cycle again. But this time we were moving all the way to Wisconsin. And man, this is like such a change of scenery for me. And it was an ego killer for sure because it was the exact opposite of the way it was in Nebraska. I honestly couldn't tell you much about Wisconsin because like I don't really remember much. I do remember a lot of the times I was there, I was thinking about Nebraska and how I had to abandon that second place I got to call home. It was so special to me there, and I had started playing sports. I played football and basketball for the first time, and I was going to keep playing them all the way up to senior year, and also do some stuff with my homeboy Jay, do speech and stuff together. I definitely would have done that with him if I was still there, but I'm not. So it's just like, it makes you think, you know? Like, it's just like, where could I be right now if I had stayed there? You know, if I was still there in my life right now. I moved to Wisconsin and I got pretty sad. I mean, that was pretty sad for me too. I didn't really know how to handle it and I kind of just ate a lot. I mean, I had a lot of options there in Wisconsin. It was actually pretty nice. Had a Culver's. Culver's is dangerous, mind you. Another thing I can't remember is that part of my front teeth fell out because I wasn't brushing my teeth at all whenever I lived there. And I have them fixed now. I got some dentures in. Make sure you brush your teeth, everyone. Take care of yourself. You're the most valuable person in your life. And don't let anybody else tell you different, alright? Even if you are sad, and this is easier said than done once again, but seriously, you need to take care of yourself no matter the situation at hand. No matter how sad you feel. No matter how bad life is. You are the most important person on this earth. It is you. It is yourself. Take care of yourself. Do not fall into bad habits like not brushing your teeth or anything like that. Because I promise you, it's only going to make it worse. My dad had been talking about how he might get laid off again at this job. And I was like, man, I really hope it doesn't happen. And then we went home and I saw him. You know, he had gotten home, quote unquote, early. And I kind of knew what that meant. It meant that he had been let go. And I remember I kind of felt selfish for this reason, and because I was kind of happy. But my sisters loved it so much down there, it kind of made me feel selfish for the fact that we had to move on, you know? And, I mean, once again, it's just one of those things, like, where would I be if I still lived there? Because I couldn't tell you. Really, this is the only place that I don't have an answer for that question. Like, I really don't know where I would have went in Wisconsin. The only memories I have of it that were good was me playing Madden with my best friends from Nebraska. And then this next move that we were talking about, we had to move all the way back from Wisconsin to Alabama. And I remember the day before I started school, maybe like a week before I started school, I was like pretty sad because I was like, I really just wouldn't have a steady place to sit and stay and finish schooling. And my dad told me that, you know, this is where he wanted me to do it. And that would have been this year. When I first started at my new school, I met a friend, and I'll call him S. Through S, I met so many other people, and I still talk to some of these people today. Like at the lunch table or in math class or the gym. That's where I met all these people. He was the GOAT. He put me in his circle and let me know who he was friends with, who he talked to. And I met quite a lot of people just in his circle too, especially the lunch table. Lunch table was stacked. Like, his longtime girlfriend, who he is still with today, 2 days later, and if he's watching this, I'm really happy for you. And in the circle, I met A. So this is a, this is my first girlfriend. Very clear from the beginning that she liked me and she wanted to go out with me, and you know, so me and her went out, and you know, this is my first girlfriend. This was the peak life for me. I also found a new interest in something, and that was theater. I think a little part of me always wanted to act, and again, that's kind of why I wanted to do speech if I lived down there still. But anyways, I never really had the opportunity to do it until I saw they had a theater class, and so I kind of just signed up for it. This is one of those smaller classes too. There was like maybe 5 to 10 people in this class with a new teacher, and the whole class was just like kind of a new thing. Like they hadn't been doing plays or anything. They kind of just they read from a book and they called it a day. But our new teacher wanted us to do an actual play, and I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was called Chaos in the Cafe. I have the T-shirt in my closet, but I don't remember the name. But I starred as the co-star in this play, as the boyfriend who couldn't believe his girlfriend was mad at him, and it was painfully obvious why she was. But it was so much fun, and I remember like the practices and everything, and I just really had so much fun just being a part of that experience. After that freshman year, after that summer I had with V, it made me feel like a whole new person in all honesty. Like I just felt matured. But after the summer ended and sophomore year started, I took theater again, but I also joined the theater club. Now, you would think these two would intertwine, but actually these two teachers had beef with one another, and which was super funny. But I couldn't tell you what the beef was, because I really do not remember, but I remember people were talking about it, and they were just laughing about it, and that was hilarious to me. We did our own little play at first, right, for the first semester, and I couldn't tell you the name, but I remember we actually went and competed for this. We didn't win shit, but we did go. But I do remember I was the lead for this play, though, with me and the queen going around the world with one another because I was helping her run away from her castle, or something like that. I'm pretty sure that was right, but it was super fun. Once again, the experience of just being there with those people, which is amazing. And then I think this is the year that we did Macbeth, so I could be wrong. But at the same time I was doing Macbeth, I was also doing Adam's Family, and then they like had the whole singing solo with the mom. It's so crazy. I really did all that, but I would do it again. Once again, it's actually just so much fun. Like just being a part of these kind of things, and I haven't done it since I moved away, and it's just another one other thing that makes me think like where could my life be today had I not moved from there? And I think it's like the main reason I kind of wish I was still there, because I really did love being there and I loved doing what I was doing. And even the day after the play, I had gotten my first job to work with my mom at a restaurant. I still work at this restaurant, just transferred down there, but I mean, I had gotten my first job, and I mean, I knew everybody there and I loved everybody there. I loved working with everybody there. And then you know within weeks of this, my dad told me that we had to move again, and this time it really hurt me, because like I really felt like I had found my third home here. And look, we didn't really have a chance to stay there, because no matter what, the plant probably would have went under, and you got a job offer that kind of saved us from that, which is nice. But moving again sucked. But this time we kind of just moved even further south, and this is where I live now. And in all honesty, I don't really know if I like it here. That's not why I wanted to talk about all this. The reason why is just I wanted to talk about this because life could genuinely be so much different. But the most important thing is we shouldn't look on the past, and we should only look at the present. We shouldn't be looking at the future, because we need to focus on the journey first. And because you have the journey, then you have the destination. So no matter what, I need y'all to promise me something. No matter what, right? Me and you, we're gonna promise each other something. We're gonna do our best job at staying focused in the present and stop worrying so much about the past. Don't think about your ex. Don't think about where you could be right now. Don't think about your mistakes, because no matter what, you're human. And every human in this entire world has made a mistake. Think of the smartest person you know. They made a mistake probably yesterday. It happens. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. At the end of the day, you just gotta tell yourself that it's gonna be okay, and no matter where you could be in life, you're not there for a reason. And that's the truth. You're not there for a reason. There is a reason you are where you are right now, and not where you think you're supposed to be. I believe in the universe that we all have a plan, and no matter how that plan works, no matter what steps we have to take, that destiny is gonna reach us no matter what. And I hope I have inspired you to feel that way too. There's a reason you are not where you think you're supposed to be. Everything happens for a reason, and I promise you, everything is going to be okay. I promise you. All right. Much love, and have a good day or night or evening, whichever one you're watching this at. All right. Nice talking to you guys.